On them back roads where the alligators crawl in the swampland, we ain't worried about no law. You can find me in the woods with my dogs under pine trees in the land of the lost.
I've been drinking on this whiskey, got my head up in the clouds, and if this world keep fucking with me, I ain't never coming down. So fuck this mask and all this trash that y'all keep trying to spread around. Tip your glass or kiss my ass, but I ain't dealing with you clowns.
Bless them all, land of the lost. God bless them all, land of the lost. I was raised in the country, and I paid all my dues. I was made in the country, and I won't change just for you. The place I call my home is deep out in the woods. If you don't belong, you better keep about these woods. Like my trucks are loud and my car's real fast, and I love the sound of a shotgun blast. Come around acting all big and bad, then Mr. Postman, that's gonna be your ass. Now I pray to the Lord if trouble stays the hell away from us. But just in case one day it comes, I'm not afraid, I got 'em loaded up. It's in my blood, it's in my roots, I keep it real down to my boots. And they hate to see me winning, cause they say I'm born to lose. Might be true, but I ain't losing, I ain't making no excuses. In the land of the lost, you gotta keep it moving. On them back roads where the alligators crawl in the swampland, we ain't worried about no law. You can find me in the woods with my dogs under pine trees in the land of the lost.
I've been drinking on this whiskey, got my head up in the clouds, and if this world keep fucking with me, I ain't never coming down. So fuck this mask and all this trash that y'all keep trying to spread around. Tip your glass or kiss my ass, but I ain't dealing with you clowns.
Bless them all, land of the lost. God bless them all,
Come on.
land of the lost. New breed.
It was backwoods and fishing holes, wild hogs and tadpoles. It was bobcats and backhoes. We were haul ass on these back roads. A bunch of assholes and country hicks, outlaws and lunatics. They would chew tobacco, smoke cigarettes, and the breath smelled like old Milwaukee's best. Back then, no one even ever heard of meth, but nowadays everybody wanna flirt with death. You better purry up the guy for the ones that's left. But between me and you, it's a hell of a mess. I mean, drive through the country, take a look around, y'all. You can smell the meth cooking like a fucking hound dog. And I put too many of my friends in the ground, or they locked in the pen and they ain't never coming out. Then the pills came and shit for real changed. Childhood just don't feel the same. Daddy strung out and we got bills to pay, so we caught a case and got locked away. Back in the day, it was different times. I guess I came up in the nick of time, cause I still seen hell and been victimized. But I'ma get what's mine, cause I'm a different kind. I'm wide awake, I don't sleep good. I'm from Rock Ridge and Creekwood. In the deep woods, I was raised up, so this bullshit don't faze us. No government gon' save us. Ain't no way in hell you gon' play us. We prayed up, these masks off. In these last days, this is last call. Your soft ass won't last long. You better stand up and be a man, boy. Don't back down when it goes down. You better learn how to throw hands, boy.
On them back roads where the alligators crawl in the swampland, we ain't worried about no law.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan, joined along with Bryce Hunter and William Duvall. Welcome, guys. We're at Gateway.
Yes, we are. It's the gateway to the west. About 5 miles from the track is the Gateway Arch of St. Louis, and about 250 miles to the due west is my home city of Kansas City. So my home state, let's ready to rock.
All right, BJ. What do you got about the points coming into tonight?
As we roll into qualifying, take a look at the points real fast. We got Josh Abbey sitting in first right now with 289. There's going to be Robert Richards, 274 in second, and Wes Wygant. He's going to be 5 points behind him. Justin White, and then Joey Doucette will round out your top five. Last week's winner, Keith Hackney, he sits down in ninth. He'll be looking to try to get another win, some more stage wins, worked his way up the points tonight.
Well, a lot of great cars here. I believe 26 is signed up. Going to qualify. You look on the board right now. Wow, Nathan Mashcroft got a little sideways there qualified. That's going to hurt his first time lap. As he comes down the back straightaway, also on the track, truck number 2 from Athens, Tennessee. His truck is Justin White on the track, and also from Buffalo, New York, it's Josh Clemens. Josh Clemens in a 7. We also have already said him, didn't I? How about this driver? The 76 of Rod Morris Jr. from Columbia, South Carolina. But look at Nathan Mashcroft. He goes quick time right now with a 35.24 for his first time lap. Brian Terry in the 31 machine. He goes quick time with a 35.03. Akama Proctor? BJ got to help me with that one.
Akamai
Proctor qualifies in 4th right now. But look at Robbie Richards in the 48. He's at the top of the charts with a... Well, take that back. Now Josh Clemens goes top chart with a 34.54.
Lap time's coming in hot and heavy, very, very quick. Top 5 now: Clemens, Choate, Richards, Jaworski, and White. So taking a look now, Wes Wygand is on his way out onto the track now in his number 88 machine. Alex Healy now goes quick time with 34.5.
Well, you know, we were going to have to start calling him Haley because he did better when we called him Haley instead of Healy. Just saying. I mean, ever since we called his name correctly, he hasn't been done very well. So we might need to start calling him Haley. How about that? Nah, I can't do that to the poor guy. Coming on to the track now in the 113 is Daniel Worthington from Rome, Pennsylvania in the 113.
When in Rome.
David Brackett from Woolwich, Maine. And there is Josh Abbey from Houston, Texas in a 06 machine.
Josh Abbey, our current points leader. Be interesting to see where he lays down a lap here tonight. In practice, he was sitting up towards the top of the charts. Matter of fact, he was... Oh, I had it there, but everything just moved on me. He was sitting right about 10th in practice. See what he gets here in qualifying.
Wes Wigan in the 88 goes 3rd quick. DJ Hanley in the 08 machine. Ain't gonna pronounce that hometown, but he's from Texas. How about that?
I like his little tag down there. Hey, broadcast, look with the hometown. I like that.
Daniel Worthington. Daniel Worthington goes quick time with a 34.45. Who was that? That was on. I had that on there.
I want to. That's good. I don't know. He might have already completed his lap.
There's Ed Osborne in the 42.
Now,
Michael McClurley. Look at Keith Hackney going second quick into 69 machine from Calhoun, Georgia.
Right here, Steve, since we got qualifying starting to run down, I think it's a good time to go through the race breakdown for the truck drivers tonight. So they are racing 100 laps tonight around the flat Darlington is what we like to call it out here on the asphalt side. The stage break is on lap 40. They have 5 sets of tires total, 4 in the bank, which have 1 on the truck, 4 on the pit road. They can, if they have a fuel, a green flag run here, they can run anywhere between 28 through 31 laps on fuel. And a really interesting take here that I was hearing in practice is when later in the run, if they have long green flag runs here, Steve, is they're going to start shifting in a turn 1. If you watch in real life and you watch on iRacing and officials, truck drivers, they do shift. The revs are too low to stay in 4th, so they will go down to 3rd gear and get a good launch off turn. As usually they'll shift down to turn 1. I haven't really seen them shift in turn 3 and 4 yet this evening, but turn 1 seems to be the one they're going to be shifting in the most, and they're going to be loose off the corners tonight. They were complaining all practice how loose they are coming out turn 2 and turn 4 tonight, so it's being really interesting to watch tonight here, Steve.
Definitely. It's going to be some good racing. You know, we saw them in practice get a little loose on the front straightaway.
They were on turn 2 here, trust me.
and I got Google to the rescue. It's Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. I like that. And it's TJ Hanley from Waxahachie, Texas. Hey, TJ.
We got it, Hanley. We got it.
We got it.
Google to the rescue.
And you know what? He's probably not even from there. He probably Googled it, found the hardest town, and planned he probably planned his ass there and just said, you know what? We're going to say we're here.
I most definitely would have. Thank you for the idea. I've still got the link.
So right now, your top 5 looking like this. Worthington, Hackney, Haley, Clemens, Brackett. Your top 5, you got Wiggin, Richards, Abbey, Duranco, and Choate. Your top 10.
Did you do that on purpose, Steve?
Do what?
Call him Haley.
Haley. That means he's going to win because I called it wrong, or he's going to finish up front. I'm just saying. The man's jinxed ever since figuring out how to say his last name.
Yeah.
He really, really is.
Coming on to the track now from Polk County, North Carolina, it's Travis Twitty. Travis Twitty in the 29. He's the long-lost son of Conway Twitty, I guess. You never know. Just joking.
Only if.
Well.
Yeah.
Only drivers that have not qualified: Jason Bridges, Kyle Harbin, and CJ Mason. 23 drivers have taken time. Travis Twitty is 23rd quick right now, that 29 machine.
Qualifying right now is taking off very quickly. And if I remember correctly, we'll wait for Twitty's second lap to come in. Bryce, if I remember correctly, you said there were 2 drivers not taking times here tonight.
Yeah. There's 2 drivers, like BG said, Kyle Harbin and Jason Bridges. They are no qualifying due to Bluegrass rules. And it's like we're just waiting on CJ Mason if he's going to qualify tonight. But wait and see.
Travis Twitty will go up to 11th on his second lap with a 34.64. So your top 10 right now is Daniel Worthington, Keith Hackney, Alex Healy, Joshua Clemens, David Brackett, Wes Wigand, Robbie Richards, Josh Abbey, Alan Duranco, Stephen Choate. Your top 10, all of those drivers, Steve, separated by less than 3/10 of a second. Going to be very close racing in the long run here tonight.
This is going to be excellent racing, that's for sure. Here at Gateway, 100 laps. And, you know, Bryce, when would the first pit window come in?
Right around, they have to pit before the stage, or at least for fuel. These tires, they're going to wear off. I mean, right now, even in qualifying, they're running 126-degree track temp right now. So these tires are cooking, and they're going to burn the right front off on these trucks. They're going to want to come down between lap 28 and 31 here on the beginning of this race. At least I wouldn't be surprised if we see some short pitting here, just to at least get into the stage and get track position.
All right, let's take a look at your top 5. It's Daniel Worthington, Keith Hackney, Alex Healy, Josh Clemens, and David Brackett, your top 5. Here's tonight's Bluegrass 100 starting lineup. And on the pole is Daniel Worthington in the Flex Motorsports truck number 113 to his outside. Team No Love truck number 69 is Keith Hackney.
On the inside of row number 2, we got the 97 machine of Alex Healy. On his outside, we got the 7 machine of Josh Clemens.
Inside row number 3 from Team New England, it's the 38 of David Brackett. To his outside from Flex Motorsports, it's the 88 of Wes Wigand.
Row number 4, beat from Carolina, truck number 48, it's Robbie Richards. And to his outside, the Shine Racing, truck number 06 is Josh Abbey.
Starting in row number 5, we got Alan Duranko starting in the Ford machine, starting on his outside in 10th place. We got Stephen Choate, 27.
Travis Twitty in the 29 for a high side. Motorsports make up the inside of row number 6. To his outside, Bobby Hall Jr., the 94 from Earl's Shop.
Rolling off on row number 7 is Gary Jazorski in truck number 18 to his outside. He hails from Indiana. Truck number 81 is Taylor Peacock.
Starting on row 8, we got the 2-truck Justin White in the 7-box Motorsports machine. On his outside, we got Ed Osborne, the 42.
Row number 9 from McCooley Racing is the 15 of Michael McCooley. To his outside, Ron Morris Racing, number 76 of Ron Morris Jr.
Row number 10 to be Adam Newbert from Georgia to 17 to his outside, TJ Hanley into 08.
Driving the 31 and starting 21st tonight, we got Brian Terry. And on his outside, we got Akamai Proctor in the 9 machine.
Row 12, we got the 5 of Nathan Mascroft and the 21 of CJ Mason.
Roll it off. 25th tonight is Kyle Harbin in the Southern Grown Motorsports truck number 23, and Jason Bridges in the High Side Hustler Motorsports truck number 34. Well, guys, who's your pick?
You know, it's hard not to go with last week's winner of Keith Hackney, but I think I'm going to go with the dark horse tonight of our pole sitter, Daniel Worthington.
I'm thinking the 2 of Justin White tonight. He's been strong in practice and strong all season, so I'm really curious to see how he's going to do tonight.
I'll go with Alex. And guess what? The car has pulled off. We're coming to the green flag down the front straightaway. Good start there from Keith Hackney. He caught Daniel Worthington sleeping as they go into turn number 1. Keith Hackney, your race leader, going into 1. Worthington in 2nd. Healy in 3rd. Clemens and Wiggin, your top 5 as they come out turn number 2. The top 6. Single file. Look at Keith Hackney just pulled away from Daniel Worthington there as they go into turn number 3. Coming
Hackney
out.
Hackney off to an early, strong lead right off the bat. Great start. Single file out for about the top 6 positions there. Going on back, we got a battle going on with Josh Abbey and Robbie Richards. Those drivers trying to work their way forward. Sounds like there's a wreck going on the front straightaway there. You see trucks slow on the front straightaway. Still no caution, though. Several trucks look like they're involved in that one.
It's really interesting to see not a caution there. They were all stopped on the front stretch, but it was toward the back of the field. The battle here now is for 2nd place. Can't really tell. I have him in my bezel right now. The 97 of Alex Healy is battling the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Daniel Worthington has dropped 2 spots. The caution is now out on the speedway.
All right. For CJ Mason, he couldn't get that car off the racetrack. Oh, the 08. That was TJ Hanley. Look at TJ Hanley head onto that wall, bouncing back up. catches the 21 of CJ Mason there. Oh, Nathan Mashcroft gets in the back of one driver, then into the door of CJ Mason.
As far as not getting the caution, that one is on iRacing as per league rules. The cautions are all on iRacing. The admins do not throw cautions. The 08 of TJ Hanley will be receiving a 2-week probation for forcing the caution to come out by staying on the front straightaway there. Several drivers just getting very tore up in a very unfortunate turn of events with no caution coming out for those drivers.
That probation, basically what that means is he cannot qualify for 2 weeks straight, which means he'd be starting the back of the field for the next 2 weeks.
Well, Keith Hackney, race leader. Then you got Alex Healy. Then you got Daniel Worthington, Wes Wiggin, and David Brackett, your top 5. As you look at Barney, the iRacing flagman, just waving that yellow flag. Well, now he's holding it up. His arm got tired. You know, when you yank it so long, it just gets sore.
Oh, man. Oh, good job, Steve.
That's we're still under caution. Your lights are
BJ cannot hold himself together right now, man.
Well, I'm just saying, he waves that yellow flag. We're already under caution. You know we're under caution. He's tired. He's holding the flag straight up now.
Oh, my God. This is a family show.
It is family. I mean, he's waving the flag.
Okay. Lights are still on a pace car. The biggest benefactor of that caution will be the 34 of Jason Bridges. He's already up 6 positions. We're only 1 lap into this race under green flag. We have turn laps now under caution. But with just 1 lap of green flag racing, Jason Bridges is able to make up 6 spots. The benefactor out of that caution. The lights are now out on pace car. Looks like Keith Hackney is going to choose the outside once again. It worked for him on the initial start. He's going to go for it again.
Well, that outside line was good. Let's see if it's good to him on the second start. Get Alex Healy stay with him. As we come out turn number 2, we're 2 by 2. Keith Hackney and Alex Healy. On your front row, Wes Wiggin and Daniel Worthington, row number 2. You got Josh Abbey and David Brackett. And
I think what you're going to see tonight, Steve, I'm sorry, I mean to interrupt you there. The top line tonight is going to be the line to choose. Here we saw in the beginning, we start there. Even though Daniel Worthington was the pole sitter, Keith Hackney was able to pull him away. And, man, that looks like the bottom line will not have grip tonight. So interesting to see how that's going to work out later on in this race.
well, the pace car makes that left-hand turn. Here we go. The field's in the hands of Keith Hackney. Will we fire? Look at Barney waving that flag. We're back to racing.
Late start there in the Geico restart zone. You saw it there painted with the blue Geico logos on the inside and outside of the wall. Keith Hackney still able to get off to an excellent start there on the outside line. Alex Healy now starting to... Alex Healy, the 97. Yeah, it is Alex Healy on the inside. Now he's starting to fall back. He's under attack from Wes Wiggin on the outside.
The battle was for second place between Alex Healy and Wes Wiggin. Wes Wiggin right now is up 3 positions. And what you saw right there, Steve, is you saw the bottom line not be able to get the momentum into turn 1. And the turn 1 is so sharp here, they lost all their momentum on that top line here to scoot them away. As you see right now on the turn 2 right now, all of the top 6 and 7 to 8 and maybe 10 on back are all single filed out here, Steve.
Single file, Keith Hackney pulled away from Wes Wiggin. Wes in that second spot, running a different groove than from Alex. Alex is digging that bottom as they come out of turn number 4. down the front straightaway. We're going to complete lap number 8 here at, I almost said this, at Gateway. I almost got lost track where I was. But you look at it, 3 different lines from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th there. And then you got some 2 wide racing with just Josh Abbey and Robbie Richards down the back straightaway. We got 1 car bearing off. That's Ron Morris Jr. into the inside wall there. He's going to continue. We stay under green.
Spinning off the track. There's no caution going to be thrown for that. He's trying to recover the track, get back out on track. Appears as though he does. We got a 3-car battle now for that 2nd position. As Wes Wiggin way up on the outside there. He's going to try to dive back down onto the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Our pole starter here in this race. Worthington looking like he's struggling right now, but Bryce, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Is he making a smart move right now, running a little bit slower pace, possibly saving those tires?
Oh, absolutely. It's a matter of choice of what you want to do here. You can either save your tires, come down pit road, get fuel only, and finish out the stage, depending on when you want to pit. Or since you have 4 sets of tires in the bank, you can split it in laps of. You can split in 4 segments of 25 laps, and perfectly fine if you want to waste all your tires. But the more you save your tires here, the better off you'll be in the long run.
Hey, I don't call that a waste. I call that utilizing the rubbers.
I bet you do. As you look at Alex Healy there, working the inside line. I mean, it's working for him as he's starting to pull away from Wes Wiggin in the 88 machine. Wiggin in a 3rd spot. Then you see the 48 of Robbie Richards. He's tucked in the hip pocket of the 113 of Worthington. But look at Bobby Hall Jr. now, looking to try to make a move as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, we got one little loose. He saves it back there. Good. No harm, no foul. Your race leader is Keith Hackney in that 69 machine.
Your points battle right now is between Robbie Richards and Josh Abbey for that 1st position. Those 2 cars have 1 car in between them. That's going to be the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. They're running 5th and 7th right now. A lot of it's going to come down to who can beat who to the stripe, not just at the finish of the race, but at the finish of the stage. Or stage points, very, very important to make up those positions. They only sit 15 points apart.
As we're seeing as the run gets going, we're now seeing some of these trucks get really loose, like I said earlier, coming out of turn 2 and turn 4. So be ready to see those when the tires start getting a little bit older here. As we see.
Oh, go ahead.
Trying to fill the dead space there, Steve. As the battle right now on track is for 5th and 6th place between Bobby Hall Jr. and Robbie Richards. As we see them all get single filed out. And another battle side by side right now with Josh Abbey and David Brackett. I'm sorry, Wyatt's his son. David Brackett right now is an old timer here in Bluegrass. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. He knows his trucks and he knows his tracks. So look forward to David Brackett moving up in this field today.
All right, we're going to crank it up, going into turn number 1 for a lap. With it being cranked up, Keith Hackney, your race leader. Alex Healy there in 2nd, Wes Wiggin in 3rd, Daniel Worthington in that 4th spot. They got Robbie Richards, your top 5. Then you got Bobby Hall Jr., Josh Abbey, and David Brackett, Al Duranco, and Steven Choate, your top 10 here at Gateway. Some good racing. As you look there, there's the 48 of Robbie Richards to the inside of Daniel Worthington. This is a battle for 4th and 5th on the track.
Yeah, right. At the bottom line on turn 3 and 4, looks like that is the preferred line right now. Turn 1 and 2, the middle to high groove is what these drivers are wanting to run right now. They get a bigger momentum going down that backstretch. These backstretch here is very, very long compared to some other tracks we go to. And that makes these drivers have to hit their brakes really hard going into turn 3 and even on turn 1. So even when downshifts come into play, that'd be really interesting to see how people start wheel hopping. What I mean by wheel hopping, that means when they hit gears and then go down, that means the back tire will start chattering the ground and start bouncing and get the truck real loose.
Well, I know he's still here with us.
I was reading down through some of the other stuff from past races, but all single file out through the field, drivers playing it safe right now. No real big battles going on. Keith Hackney still leads the way. You're looking on screen right now. That is Worthington leading Abbey and Brackett for that 5th through 7th position. That's probably the closest drivers on the track right now.
You looking at times on the board. Last lap, Keith Hackney was quicker in the 69 machine. As we're on lap number 19, coming down turn number 2, going down the back straightaway. Alex Healy in the 97, currently running in 2nd. Wiggin in 3rd. Robbie Richards, he's currently in that 4th spot. I mean, single file, they look like they're doing pretty good. Price, like they're saving their stuff and spread out throughout the field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. These drivers are saving their equipment right now. But one thing I want to bring attention to is the leader of Keith Hackney. This is the benefit of clean air. Even this is a shorter style track, the clean air is still very important. But as I say that, the Alex Healy is slowly starting to catch up to him and starting to pull away from 3rd place Robbie Richards, who just passed the 88 of West Wiggin.
So we take a look on board of the 97 or number 97, our 2nd place driver of Alex Healy. See him coming down the front straightaway there into turn number 1. He's actually looking right there as though he's getting the stronger run into the turns over Keith Hackney. It's we're at halfway across the stripe that last time to the end of the stage. These drivers staying very calm. Pit stops, you have to think they probably got to be coming very soon. Since they do, Bryce, you mentioned they do have to pit before the end of the stage.
And I believe I did hear before our last segment there, BJ, that some drivers are now on pit road themselves. So we got 3 on pit road, 5 on pit road right now. So don't know exactly who's on pit road right now. We got Josh Clemens, Stephen Choate, Kyle Harbin, Ron Morris Jr., and TJ Hanley. Well, he was caused the accident. So we got 5 on pit road right now. All of them are back out on track, 1 lap down. But they are now able to complete the stage. And it looks like Stephen Choate, Josh Clemens got tires, Peacock got tires, everyone else, Kyle Harbin and Ron Morris Jr. looks like they just got fuel only. So that's curious to see. That just means Kyle Harbin and Ron Morris Jr. have a set left in the bank for the end of this race.
Well, looking right now, Alex Healy coming down pit road, relinquished that 2nd place. But right now, your race leader is Keith Hackney. And now he makes his way down the pit road. Robbie Richards choosing to stay out there. Wes Wiggin and Josh Abbey in 4th. Hackney down pit road, slow and steady, as Richards claims the lead down the front straightaway.
And also, Steve, whenever these trucks do the pit stops, they have to use the service roads, which means there's an entrance heading into turn number 3. They can run whatever speed they want to going in that service road, but as soon as you hit that commitment line, you have to get it down to pit road speed. So on and off pit road tonight they're going to be long drives, and it's going to be crucial to save time right there.
So about right. All right. So you called that what?
A service road.
A service road. So like on the highway, you have service roads. You got to slow down to go to the service road. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me go.
Now, one thing I do want to mention, you said that they can run any speed they want down that. It has been my experience that those service roads on here are always packed full of marbles and extremely difficult to drive quick on.
Absolutely. You can either make or break your pit stop time on your service road, especially on your entry. So heading into turn 3 and 4, and that's your entry onto pit road, you can make up a lot of time, or you can overheat and you can go in way too fast and go straight in the grass and back on the track, and you'll get unsafe pit entry. So, or pit exit, I think is what it is at that point. But same thing on turn 1 and 2 on fresh tires. It's still the same deal. Very dangerous.
Well, Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington, Bobby Hall Jr., Alan DeRocco, and Ed Osborne all down pit road as Robbie Richards is your race leader out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. You see these trucks getting a little sideways there, a little bit loose. No harm, no foul to keep it going. Now Josh Abbey makes his way down pit road. But the 48 of Robbie Richards continues to stay out. You got to wonder, is this for something else? Is he trying to extinguish, possibly try to stay out the whole time?
He can try, but he will most likely guarantee fail because he'll exceed his fuel tank at that point. For what I'm hearing in practice, that he only can run max between 31 and 32 laps. So I don't think he's probably what he's trying to do is trying to see how big of a gap he can get on the guys who just pitted, like Keith Hackney, to see if he can pit and maybe come back close to Keith and battle for the lead. But he won't be able to make it at all.
Now you say that, but here's the flip side of that. These drivers that are going down, getting fresh tires, coming back out. If they go a lap down, they're getting themselves unlapped most of the time, and they're going to start catching back up to the leader. Right now, that is Robbie Richards. They start catching back up to him, and now when Richards goes down pit road, he has less time to get in, get his pit stop, and get back out before he ends up losing the ground. So it's kind of a catch-22 at that point. And right now he is allowing, looks like Steven Choate on his inside there to unlap himself.
Well, you look at Robbie Richards. He's in the middle of 1 and 2. Jason Bridges passes the flag stand. He's in second. So a huge lap between first and second there. Amani Proctor there in third, and then you got Michael McCluley and Brian Terry, your top 5 right now here at Gateway.
1, 2 is second to the 31 of Brian Terry, pitted on lap 4. And it's like the 9 got some damage repaired, and some just got fuel. So really curious to see. I don't think they'll be able to make it. I have to redo my calculations, but I still believe they would have to come down at least to get another splash of fuel. But they'll be able to do it a lot later in the run. So basically, they're just trying to get track position at this point.
Well, if you think about it, they pitted on lap 4. You said they can get, about 34 laps, you said?
28 to 31.
28 to 31. So
here comes the 34.
I guess Jason Bridges is coming down now. But we'll say if they can get that many laps out of it, they pitted on lap 4. If they save fuel, because lap 4 plus the caution, they had at least 2 laps after getting back on track that were still under yellow. So they saved fuel there. They got fuel on the pit stop. That could possibly, if they ran it safely and saved fuel, that could possibly allow them to make it to the end.
Well, as you say that, the leader of the 48 machine, Robbie Richards, he is coming down pit road right now. And that's an interesting point you bring up, Steve, because it really showed in the testament of these drivers that they can save that much fuel, but it's still going to be really pushing. It's going to really show who knows how to do it or not.
Well, there's Michael McCluley there. He's currently in second. Robbie Richards down pit road. Michael will take the lead going into turn number 1. Proctor in that second spot now. Brian Terry, he's up to third. Then you got Alex Healy there in his hip pocket, actually looking to go to the outside of him as they come out turn number 2. Give it to Alex for that third spot. And that set Alex up for a good stage win, probably.
Yeah, that was a huge undercut when he came down pit road about a lap and a half, maybe 2 laps before Keith Hackney right there. That set him up to get max points here for the stage. Once Michael McCauley, the 15 and the 9 of Proctor, come down pit road, he will regain the lead, and most likely Brian will come down pit road with them, so that will move the 69 of Keith Hackney up to second place, and them two will be battling it out to finish out this stage.
Well, it really makes you wonder there. I mean, Alex had to have that good pit stop to take the lead from Keith Hackney.
Yeah, he definitely did. Hackney actually appears as though a rough entry and exit on his pit stop. So he didn't just lose position to Alex Healy, he actually lost it to Robbie Richards as well and had to make that ground back up. So he's made his way back up into the proverbial second position, depending on McCauley and Proctor pitting here. As we're coming down to 6 laps to go when the leaders cross the stripe this time.
One thing I want to bring up too here is the Alex Healy right now took tires and Keith Hackney did not. So, and then Robbie Richards took even less time with almost 2 second quicker stop right here. So, and then we got Wes Wiggin on fresh tires coming too. So those Keith Hackney and Rob Richards are playing their cards right now to see if they can hold off the fresh tires of Alex Healy and Wes Wiggin. But as we get the 9 of Akamai Proctor coming in pit road right now, that only leaves Michael McCauley, the only driver who has not come down pit road right now.
And he's in that 15 truck. Let's see, as they go into turn number 3, there he goes. He makes his way down pit road. And Alex Healy is your new race leader out of turn number 4. Coming out turn number 4, he will lead his first lap of the night to complete lap number 35. 5 laps to go until the stage break. Keith Hackney moves up to second. There's Keith Hackney right there. Wes Wiggin, he's right there passing the start-finish line. And then he got a whole group.
Gaggle.
Thank you. You know what I was thinking about the trucks right behind them.
You got me on dirt stuff. I got you on the pavement.
We got gaggles of cars in dirt.
Yeah, we don't really say it like we do on pavement, though.
I'll tell you why after broadcast.
Okay.
I mean, like they're using their snoot. I mean, have you ever had that on the asphalt side of things?
They're using their what?
Their snoot.
Okay, well, what's a snoot?
I mean, if you're familiar with...
Is this rabbit hole you really want to go down right now?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, we go down it. Jerry Van Sickle, if you ever hear him, he calls the nose the snoot.
Does indeed.
I gotta subscribe to MAF TV so I can listen to all these people.
Well, you can catch them on Friday nights on Flow Racing at Marshalltown. Then on IMCA TV on Saturday nights at Boone Speedway. And then, you catch them actually announcing all across the United States. I mean, on his free time, he does go out and play and dance with other drivers and tracks. As we're coming to complete lap number 38, Alex Healy is your race leader in that 97 machine. Keith Hackney in second. Wes Wiggin in third. You gotta wonder, is this a game plan for Hackney to save those tires until pit stop? Or until the competition yellow? Or stage break?
I'd say it definitely could be the Healy and Hackney sitting about 6.5 seconds apart from each other. That's about 2 turns here at Gateway 1 and turns 1 and 2. 2 turns, I should say. 2 different turns or 2 different lengths. White flag is out on the stage. Healy looking pretty for his stage win right here. Steve, you called him Haley one time and he's already looking pretty good.
I mean, that's what it took. It took me calling his name wrong for him to run up front. I mean, I told you. So, I mean, he got to thank me later for renaming him in the beginning of the season.
Well, he's probably just driving, seeing red right now because he's probably got his wife sitting behind him making fun of him now.
Maybe that's what's taking them to win this stage. As the caution comes out for the stage break, Alex Healy, your stage winner. Keith Hackney, Wes Wiggin, Dana Worthington, Robbie Richards, Stephen Choate, Gary Jaworski, Josh Clemens, Bobby Hall Jr., and Josh Abbey, your top 10.
Those top 10 receiving those 10 so important bonus points with 10 points to the leader, all the way down to 1 point to Josh Abbey in 10th. Healy also bringing home that super important playoff point. I believe that is his first one of the season.
Well, Barney, he's waving that caution flag. He better calm down. He's gonna have a heart attack soon.
One thing here, BJ, I've been thinking about here is since Alex Healy, our stage winner, took tires on his first pit stop here, do you think he'll stay out or not get tires this time and try to continue going on these tires, or do you think that he'll switch them out and get a second set here? Because Keith Hackney will have one more set over Alex if they still battle each other out to the end of this race.
I expect drivers like Hackney to take tires, Robbie Richards to take tires, Josh Abbey to take tires. None of those drivers there took tires in that last pit stop. They're the ones that I expect to take tires here to try to conserve tires for a kind of like a just in case. If you get into a wreck or you get squirrely and go sliding down the track or something, that causes oftentimes could cause what's called a flat spot on the tires, which could cause you to lose grip a lot, could cause you to start getting that wheel hop a lot more. But they're the ones I expect to take tires. And while I say that, we're sitting here watching Alex Healy, and he is taking 4 tires all the way around.
I don't know if that's going to hurt him in the end. He's already burned through 2 sets. He has 2 more sets of tires for this whole rest of this race. 60 laps with 2 tires.
Well, let's see. BJ, do we have a stage winner?
We do not.
Oh, tough luck. He got scared.
Yeah.
He's scared.
Yeah. I was looking forward to
He's not
informing
scared.
him that you called him Healy or Haley.
I mean, this is the thing. He ain't scared of Keith Hackney. He's scared of me. Well, he's scared of me because the repercussions of his girlfriend, I guess, or wife. So, I mean...
Well, I mean, if she's your wife, she's your girlfriend still, isn't she? I mean, she should be.
Well, she could. I mean, but, this is real life.
Well, yeah, that's true. I was told one time every man has 2 funerals. Once on his wedding day, once at his room. Once when he died.
It's a good thing I'm not getting married, so I have to worry about 1 funeral at least.
There you go.
I've been engaged, and I won't talk about where I got engaged at. But it didn't end well, and we never went any further than an engagement.
Okay, you can't say you're not going to tell us where you got engaged at. Now we're going to ask you. Where'd you get engaged at, BJ?
On UDTV.
In front of your boss.
He wasn't my boss yet, but yes.
And BJ was trying to make these races in sprint cars. Couldn't make a single one. She races under him one time and makes.
Oh, so you know this story, Steve?
I do.
It was in our league.
This was many moons ago, but I mean, hey, it happens. But she made the future race, so I mean, that was something.
Yeah. It was embarrassing, not gonna lie.
All right, the lights go off on the pace car. As the driver getting his wave around, Alex Healy and Keith Hackney, row number 1, Wes Wiggin and Dana Worthington in row number 2, Stephen Choate and Robbie Richards in row number 3, Gary Jaworski and Bobby Hall Jr. row number 4, and row number 5 being Josh Clemens and Josh Abbey. Row number 6 would be Justin White and Ed Osborne. For number 7, David Bracken, Adam Newbert, Alan Duranco, and Michael McCluley. They got Travis Twitty, Jason Bridges, Taylor Peacock, and Akamani Proctor. And I still butchered his first name. I'm so sorry.
Akamai. We'll get it.
I get it. Like Le Bourgeois.
I'm still surprised you got that one.
All right, that pace car looking to make that hard left-hand turn as Barney, the iRacing flagman, is looking to yank it out of turn number 4. Wave that green flag up and down for Alex Healy there. Let's see if Healy gets a good start. Keith Hackney on the outside. He was good on an outside restart. But look at Healy go. Good start for Alex Healy. He must have caught Keith Hackney kind of sleeping there. Wes Wiggin looking to the inside. This is going into turn number 1. He's going to allow Hackney move down. And your top 3 is Alex Healy, Keith Hackney, and Wes Wiggin. Your top 3, as most of these drivers are on fresh rubber and fuel, full of fuel. As these cars, look at them now, they were a little loosey-goosey on the track. Now they're a little bit more tight. As you look at the 18, looking to make a move under the 48, that's Gary Jaworski there. Oh, they make contact. Gary has to go way down. Look at Bobby Hall Jr. going 3 wide.
Bobby Hall Jr. sitting there waiting for the mistake. He saw it happen between those 2 drivers. Those 2 drivers still continue to stay side by side. Bobby Hall Jr. saw that and said, "Thank you very much. I will accept your gift." Moves up 2 positions from that. Those drivers now single file it back out now. The 48 of Robbie Richards under attack once again. This Ed Osborne looking to his inside.
As we see on track now, the 94 is under attack from the 18 of Gary Jaworski behind him. We got Josh Abbey and Robbie Richards. Robbie Richards fell down behind Josh Abbey. Josh Abbey again back in his starting spot of 8th place. Back up top right now, we got the 97 of Alex Healy in front of Keith Hackney by 1.64 seconds. He is flown out of here.
As you look at Stephen Choate there and the 27 looking to the inside of Daniel Worthington. Up against the inside. Keeping it nice and tight out of turn number 4. Pulls up alongside, but look at Worthington. He clears them. And now look at the run that Bobby Hall Jr. has to him. Goes to the inside of Stephen Choate. That's a battle for 5th and 6th on the board.
Bobby Hall Jr. up 2-6. He started in 12th here tonight. He's on a very strong run and running good. Another driver to take a look at. He's made his way in the top 10. That's the 17 of Adam Newbert. He started in 19th here tonight. He's up 9 positions. Currently our biggest mover of the race. He's all by himself. Doesn't have any pressure from behind. Trying to work his way up and catch up to 9th place of Josh Abbey now.
We've seen on track I was looking at my POV. The 17 machine of Adam Newbert right now. Like you said, he's on a great run of up 9 positions in 10th place right now. If you see up front, it's like that gap is starting to shrink back down. As we see now, Keith Hackney is on the bumper of the 97 of Alex Healy.
As you look at Hackney there, down the front straightaway. You know, Hackney's been playing it Mr. Cool tonight, not really pushing it too hard. See him off the gas there a little bit. Back on it as they come out turn number 2. And he shifts it. These drivers shifting. Makes it a little fun.
Yeah, shifting here. I remember doing C racing here when I have a C license and doing the shifting here. It's a whole nother world. You have to learn where you're shift. You have to brake and shift at the same time while you're turning into the turn. It's a lot of toll. It's a lot of ask here for these drivers, and especially do it for the next 50 laps. So it's going to be tiring. It's going to be taxing. I'm just curious to see how these drivers are going to be able to handle it.
Out of curiosity, Bryce, do you run H pattern or do you run paddle shift?
H.
You run H pattern. You
Yes.
use clutch?
No, because on pavement cars, you don't have to use the clutch. You can burp it or burp it. Yeah. So basically what that is Quick shifting, yes. So basically, you can match the RPMs in the motor, which means we got trouble, and I believe in turn 3 here, Steve. We'll get back to that story in a second.
The 4 of Alan Duranco, heavy on the outside wall. We got even Rex even further back. Wow. There's 76. It gets into the 4 of Alan Duranco. 76 is dead sideways. Alan Duranco shortcutted that. He cuts across. Ow. Someone called the doctor.
76 is of Ron Morris Jr. Sounds like there's another incident that happened here as well. Ron Morris Jr. just pushed tight and pushed up into the 4 of Duranco. Sends him sliding around. Slows down, comes down the track, and gets collected by another driver with nowhere to go, forcing that caution to come out. Not sure what the other incident on track is.
Watch this.
If he would have entered pit road, right, the thing we was trying to do is miss pit road entry. Because if you went down pit road, that would have been a closed on pit road, started the end of longest line, but he ended up paying a harder cost with damaging the front end of that truck.
You look at drivers coming down pit road. Wes Wiggins staying out. Daniel Worthington staying out. Stephen Choate staying out. Gary Jazorski staying out. And Michael McCluley staying out. So, what do you think about this?
All I can say is they better not get tires. As we saw, the 97 had a backup in his pit stall. As we see, is that Keith Hackney is getting tires right now, and I believe 97 is also getting tires. Man, that puts still Keith Hackney up one set of tires on Alex Healy, but Alex Healy is down to one more set of Goodyear tires.
Well, a lot of drivers look like they just took gas. This is going to be kind of bunched up, kind of different. I mean, you got people with fresh rubber, people with no rubber, and some with just some fuel.
Not to mention, you have drivers on pit on lap 42 who did not pit too. So you have basically the first car with fresh tires is the 9th place car of 69 of Keith Hackney. So he's the first car that has tires.
All right, so how many pit stops does Alex Healy have? He's got 3, and he's taking tires on each one.
Correct.
So that's going to be he's starting set to the first pit stop. Then from that one to his second pit stop.
Yep.
And from that one to his third pit stop.
Yes.
So he's on his third set of tires. I'm actually showing that these drivers have 5 total sets, 1 on the car and 4 in the pits. So he actually still has 2 sets of tires in the pits.
Well, it's always good.
Did I really get my math wrong?
Well, it's always good when you find some rubber in your hip pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I do.
I mean, it really could save you some nightmares later on in the race.
Oh, you were still talking about racing?
Oh, yeah.
But still, even though they do have an extra set of tires that we were unaware of, Goodyear was very kind to these drivers today and decided to bring them an extra set. Apparently, it's still a very interesting choice from Alex Healy to be using so many sets this early in the race.
Well, we're looking to see if the pace car turns off his lights here at the flag stand. And
Hey, look who's back on the front row, Steve. Daniel Worthington's made his way back up there.
that's right, Daniel Worthington was your pole sitter tonight, as he will start the front row with Wes Wiggin. Actually, Worthington picking the outside, Wiggin to the inside. Row number 2 will be Stephen Choate. Ed, Gary Jaworski, and then you got Michael McClellan, Bobby Hall Jr., Jason Bridges, Ed Osborne, and then row number 5, Big Keith Hackney, Justin White, row number 6, Robbie Richards and Josh Abbey, row number 7, Alex Healy and Adam Newbert. So you're talking about fresh rubbers there versus gas and some with nothing. But there only been 12 laps on this set of tires in fuel run. So the pace car looking to make that hard left-hand turn out of turn number 4. You see he does there. The field's in the hands of Daniel Worthington into 113 as they come down the long front straightaway. And look at Wes Wiggin, a good start there. Wiggin leads him into turn number 1. Worthington in second. Gary Jaworski in third. Looking on the outside. And there's Stephen Choate in fourth. You can throw a blanket over your top 4 as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Wes Wiggin, your race leader. Now looking, Daniel Worthington looking to battle back underneath of Gary Jaworski there. Side by side, there's Bobby Hall to the inside of Stephen Choate as they come out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 58.
So we see the battle right now going on between Daniel Worthington and the 18 of Gary Jaworski. They are battling it out really hard going to turn 1 and 2. With the high line is going to work really hard. Looks like the 18 might have missed his braking point. He is up really high on turn 1 and turn 2. We'll get a good exit though as he powers by the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Now the 27 of Stephen Choate is back in business. He is right behind Gary Jaworski, taking him into turn number 3 as the 13 looks to try to get clear between the 97. And it's like that is not the case. We got trouble in turn 3, Steve. We got the 42 around. We got the 17 around with heavy contact on that 42.
Yes, something that he did not want to see. That's Ed Osborne and Adam Newbert involved. Let's take a look at your instant replay. 3 wide. The 06 hits the inside, comes up, barely clips the 34, and he gets into the 42. Ed Osborne in that 42. He's on the outside there, 3 wide. As you look at the 06, comes down, hits that white line, and just kind of like it kind of puts the truck starts to push up, barely makes contact with the 34 of Jason Bridges. Bridges then pushes up into the 42. And then you see the 17.
Like the 17 was just an innocent bystander there. That's highly unfortunate for Adam Newbert. He was on a good run tonight.
As we look now on the 17, Adam Newbert. You see the trucks up ahead. 06 line up, barely pushes the 34 into the 42. The 34 makes contact with him, shooting Newbert into the outside wall there. Heavy contact for Adam Newbert.
Unfortunately, that's just wrong place, wrong time. Especially with this track being so narrow and the turns, it's just when you get hit like that, you're going straight in the wall every time, and it sucks to see the 17 out like that.
Especially since he was having such a good run, made his way into the top 10 from 19th. And while we're under caution, I do stand corrected. We were talking about on the last caution how many sets of tires Healy had used. He is on his 4th set. I stand corrected. He has pitted 3 times, taken tires 3 times. So that does put him onto his 4th set of tires. So he has 1 left in the pits. He's going to have to stretch him out.
Well, you know what, BJ, talk about cooling down. I'm kind of cooled down. You know, over the 5 years broadcasting and running a league and stuff, I've been in a garage, you know, outside, out of mind, right? My man cave.
Yeah.
Well, got a wild hair up my butt last week and took some time off this week, and I laid new flooring down in one of my spare bedrooms. Turned it into the office. It's nice and cool in here. I no longer have to sweat when I'm broadcasting. It's kind of nice.
I wish I could say I didn't have to sweat when I was broadcasting. My AC sounds like an 18-wheeler. If I turn it on, you'd think I'm sitting at a truck stop. I'm sweating
true.
right now. I'm sweating right now.
So do you like? So I guess my question is: do you sit next to your unit, or is like your vent blows right on your mic?
Well, we have a window unit. Our central unit went out several years ago, so we just have window units all around the house. I have the oldest one because I'm in the basement, and it almost sits on the ground outside in my window. So I am directly underneath of my window. If I look straight up by my monitor, there's my air conditioner, and I'm right in front of it. So, yeah, it's very loud. But lights are out on the pace car. Wes Wiggin will choose the inside once again. Gary Jaworski, too, is outside for the restart. Stephen Choate and Daniel Worthington, row 2. Bobby Hall Jr., Michael McCooley, row 3. Robbie Richards, Justin White, row 4. David Brackett, and Keith Hackney. Top, your row number 5. Hackney has fallen all the way back to the 10th position here with that last pit stop under this. No, last caution flag.
As we see right now, the 5th on up to first place are still on old sets of tires. They're able to get a really good restart right there. I was really surprised, no tire spin. And really curious to see if we see Robbie Richards start coming up to the pack.
Well, the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn. Here we go, side by side down the front straightaway. These drivers, Barney waving that flag. You better calm down. That arm going to be hurting after tonight's race. As we're on lap number 64, Wiggin pulls out front. Now look at Jaworski. Looks to the outside, out of turn number 2. Gary Jaworski will fall back in line. Then you got Worthington and Choate battling for second and third there. And look at Bobby Hall Jr. trying to make some moves on Keith Hackney.
Yeah, Bobby Hall Jr. right now, he is able to send that truck in a little bit harder into these corners than some of those other trucks right by him, especially those trucks with the lap 42 came down on pit road on lap 42. They're not able to send those trucks in hard as Bobby Hall is able to do right now.
He's right on board with Stephen Choate there. Saw him get in the back of Worthington barely. Down the back straightaway, going into turn number 3. He's running that middle line. Look up above Gary Jaworski and Wiggin. They're running that bottom line pretty well as they come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. These drivers are doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're staying calm. They're not pushing things too hard. Instead, there's only between 42 and 54 those drivers that took tires on 54 versus the ones that took the tires on 42. There's only a 15-lap difference. Justin White and Bobby Hall Jr., both those drivers only took fuel, it looks like, on lap 54. So they're on the same set of tires as our top 5 as Justin White moves his way into 4th. So all those drivers in the top 5, top 6 are on the same set of tires. Everybody from their back has changed their tires at least once since lap 142. So these drivers' tires still aren't very old. They've had a couple cautions on those sets of tires. Still able to hold their own and keep up there to the front as Daniel Worthington is now making a move for second to the inside of Gary Jaworski.
Good side-by-side battle. Oh, what a round on the front straightaway. Mayday in front of the drivers. Whoa, the 23 involved. That's Kyle Harbin. Oh, that's the car. I thought BJ. I won't tell you what I thought I heard.
Jeez, Steve.
That's the reason I giggled.
I was wondering why you was laughing. Jeez, Liz. Justin White running in the top 5. Looked as though he might have had a little bit of help from behind. We'll take a look here at our NLRA instant replay. See just what happened. See the 27 Stephen Choate to his inside. Rolling out of turn number 4. Both drivers keeping about the same gap as they come up the track. Looks like 27, just as they come to the straightaway, was coming up a little faster than what the 2 was. Caught him and just sent him around.
Look at Healy there, barely escapes, but look at the 23 of Kyle Harbin. Bam! And then Travis Twitty. And then you have the 7. Nowhere to go. Some hard contact there. Well, I want to know.
Some very hard contact indeed, but also kind of sad to see all the ARCA braking that we had right there. They knew the wreck was happening down. They should have woed up and started hitting the brakes, stuff like that. There's no need for that extra contact right there.
But, you know, at the same time, I really feel like the 34 of Jason Bridges did an excellent job driving that truck through that. He was able to get it woed up and only had minor contact to the inside wall, it looked like, and came on out of it. So I think that was a job well done on his part. But now up front after the caution, the beneficiaries of that one, go figure, it's the 2 that's been up front all night long, the 97 of Alex Healy and the 69 of Keith Hackney. Going to be restarting once again side by side as the front row here as they drop to the inside to allow the lucky dog go by. Steve, these 2 have been at each other all night long.
They have, definitely. It's been exciting. And he just, Alex barely avoided that wreck.
Just a walk in the park for him.
Well, let's go back to what I was talking about earlier, So I changed rooms. So today, I decided, well, you know what? I'll buy some more flooring. I laid new flooring in the hallway, the living room. My back's almost giving out.
That is the one thing that I don't like about flooring. If it weren't for that, I would do flooring as my primary thing for a living. But, yeah, I'll stick to roofs. It might be hot, but at least my back don't hurt as bad.
True.
Yeah. I'll stick to my HVAC and refrigeration, so you can have fun with that, bud.
Oh, you're HVAC. Why don't you come fix my AC?
I probably could if it didn't live 4,000 miles away there, bud.
I don't live 4,000. It's only like 2,000.
I'm sure it's really something simple. If you talk, I probably can tell you over the phone what's really wrong with it, honestly.
I can tell you what's wrong with it. It's about 30 or 40 years old, and it was on its last legs anyways, and it just finally gave up.
Well, you could
Fair
always buy prosthetic legs to put on there.
I don't think it works like that, Steve.
You smart.
He's what he's doing right now is saving money with the window units. Keep using that, and then maybe invest in a new centralator unit later on in the future.
Well,
if he really wants to.
In all technicality, it's not his house, so why would he care to pay for it?
That is very true.
Especially
if he's renting. Well, if you are renting, why aren't you contacting your landlord then?
Because my renters work on the house.
So
It's
okay.
my mom's house. Well, my mom's house in a roundabout way. That's a really long story that I'm not going to get into. But lights are out. Alex Healy chooses the inside line once again. Drivers as of late now going to the inside. Healy had a really good restart on the inside last time. Pace car is off. So they come around to the Geico restart zone. Nice and steady, keeping it side by side. There you see it right there, marked by the Geico blue symbol. Alex Healy off to another good start. Healy and Hackney both off to good starts, pulling away from the pack instantly. Leader does have control of the restarts once they reach that zone. That gives him the advantage right off the bat. Those two drivers going to pull in nose to tail down in turn number 1 and 2.
down the back straightaway, the top 2 pull it away. You got Josh Abbey in that second spot, or third spot there, battling with the 76 of Ron Morris. And look at Wiggin. They both clear. Wiggin pushes up high. Almost got to the 76 of Morris. Morris going to lose some more spots as Gary Jazorski gets around him. Gary Jazorski in the 18 truck doing really good tonight. Has some damage on the nose there, the right-hand side is a little crinkled up as it probably made contact with the outside wall at some given point. But these drivers now trying to find their groove. Coming back, getting into, how we say it, get back into a rhythm, right, BJ?
Exactly.
There we go.
I feel like that one works both dirt and asphalt. I know we say getting into a rhythm on dirt, but I feel like that's the same on asphalt. Because if caution comes out and I get out of a rhythm and I have a hard time getting back in on asphalt because cautions are so long. Drivers in the top 5 right now on the freshest tires. That's going to be the 88 of Wes Wiggins. He moves his way into third around Josh Abbey. Gary Jazorski in the 18 moves his way around Josh Abbey. So I believe they're still side by side. He's working his way around him right now on the outside. Those two drivers. Oh, contact between the 06 and the 18. Both drivers able to keep on going. Only losing one spot. Well done by Jazorski to hold on to it.
I'm really curious to see if that caused a little bit of aero damage to the 18 right there. That's a pretty significant contact to hit him and move him back up to the track right now. But as we see on track, we get the Keith Hackney was a little squirmy coming around turn 2. These top 2 leaders I've been watching on my POV here, Steve. They are starting to get frisky with each other. They're starting to battle it out. They're starting to they were bumper to bumper there for about a lap and a half, and it looks like Alex Healy's starting to pull away again. But these drivers, they've been battling out this whole time.
Well, as long as they're not giving anybody some right side romance, we should be okay right now. As you look at the 88 of Wiggin, pulled up to the bumper, the 69, and turns 1 and 2 out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Oh, Hackney really loose there. Wiggin moves to the inside. The battle for second. A drag race going into turn number 3. Give it to Wiggin momentarily as he does clear Hackney. Hackney will fall in line in that third position as they come out of turn number 4. We're going to complete lap number 75. 24 to go here at Gateway.
Starting to look like Hackney's just starting to miss his roots a little bit over on the dirt side. I always knew him from dirt, and now he started tracking that truck off the corners quite a bit, and it's hurting him time. Wes Wiggin, he's on the freshest tires in the top 3 right now, and starting to run down Alex Healy. David Brackett looking to run down Hackney. He is doing just that little by little every single lap. You see him now. He's looking at the backside of Hackney right now. The top 5 are all starting to close in on each other just a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like Keith Hackney right now with all that's dirt sliding like you were talking about earlier, BJ. It's like he is starting wore his tires down and heated them up really hot. So it's like he's trying to cool those tires down and trying to get his rhythm back. And that getting loose like that is really hurting you when it comes to your rhythm, because you always have to worry about, because you usually when you get into rhythm, you start missing your throttle points and your braking points, stuff like that too. So when you start heating them up, your truck starts acting different. It's just really hard on your equipment.
Well, looking at the lap times there, Wiggin was quicker that last lap. As here on lap with 22 laps to go. Now Hackney closing up on the back bumper of Wiggin.
Wiggin was a 10th and a half faster than Healy on that last corner. I'm really curious. Ooh, that is going to be David Brackett. Very loose shot. Clear to the inside while was able to hold on to it and keep on going. But anyway, what I was saying, I'm very curious as to what the difference between Hackney and Wiggin was that time around, where Wiggin was a 10th and a half faster than Healy, because in that same lap, Hackney was able to catch him drastically.
We're right on board with Keith Hackney now as they come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Wes Wiggin now trying to make a move on your race leader. As they go into turn number 1, Wiggin, as Healy pushes up, Wiggin tries to look underneath them. Can't make it happen as they come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Your top 4 throw a blanket over. Now look at Wiggin looking to the outside. But Healy coming down pit road in that 97 machine. Your new race leader coming out turn number 4, B. West, Wiggin, Keith Hackney, David Brackett, Gary Jaworski, and Dayton Worthington, your top 5.
Be very surprised to not see Hackney pit here very soon. And I'll say in the next 2 laps, as he's on the same pit stop as Healy is. Healy going down, he's going to get fresh tires. His final set of tires, he's going to get fuel. He's going to take that truck to the end of the race from there. Hackney's still heavy on the back bumper of West Wiggin. Wiggin on the freshest tires, or fresher tires of the 2. But Hackney, he must have done a lot of saving, done a good job at it. He's still able to stick right there with him. David Brackett, Gary Jaworski side by side now for that 3rd position.
Well, you know, I'm going to say this.
Steve.
I'm kind of disappointed. I guess no one stole Bryce's cell phone because we have no fan cam.
No,
Wait.
what?
No fan cam, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I'm wondering, I mean, I have my phone here, so it definitely wasn't my phone.
Oops. Don't know whose it was then. Don't know whose that was then.
Yeah.
As we're coming to 17 to go, Bryce, Keith Hackney in that 2nd spot. What do you think he's going to do?
Well, so we had a caution, a couple sets of cautions right there during this stint. He just announced on pit road that he is coming this time, Steve. But I believe this just set up when Alex Healy came down pit road. I think that might have been the winning move because he is now, even though he's back on track and he has but 2 or 3 laps older tires than Keith Hackney will, that would move Alex Healy back up in the lead, followed by Ron Morris Jr. So it's really curious to see if that's undercut with Alex is able to work out with, with Keith Hackney. But back to your point, it's with Keith pitting now, both him and Alex Healy will be able to make it to the end of this race. So it's going to be down to them 2.
Well, I'm going to throw a wrench in the works there for you. Wygand, Jaworski, Brackett, Worthington, Hall, all pitted on 68. Richards, McCooley pitted on 69. Terry pitted on 70. Those drivers, you said they can get up to 32 laps on fuel? That's 32 laps to the end of the race from lap 68. So these drivers are actually sitting good right now. If they save their fuel just a little bit, just to be on the safe side, they're good to make it to the end of the race from where they're at.
That is very true. Yeah, I totally agree with you right there. That's if they can save those last 2 laps and save enough fuel to where they can get the pitted screen on their fuel calculators, they should be fine, like you said, to finish out this race. Good catch.
Well, you know what? I figured out what that noise was. Those are the rumble strips down there. I mean, I thought those drivers had some terrible gas. Ooh, I was fixing to buy some Tums for them or something, or Alka-Seltzer, or Pepto-Bismol. I didn't know what they needed. There you hear it.
Oh,
I was getting concerned, okay? I was a concerned citizen. As you look at Wiggin coming to the start-finish line there, 13 laps to go here at Gateway. And there is Alex Healy there in the hip pocket trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's going to look underneath. Oh, a little contact there with Jaworski and Healy as they come down the back straightaway. Now, look, there you go. Alex Healy reclaiming his lap back. There you see Keith Hackney. He's trying to do the same thing as he's fixing to take him 3 wide out turn number 4. Your new race leader is Gary Jaworski.
That was a very good move by Gary Jaworski right there. He was 3 wide and was able to fish it in the middle to regain that lead over the 88 of West Wiggin.
you gotta think that it's not a position that those leaders want to be in. They got 2 lapped cars come to unlap themselves, looking to the inside, squeezing them on what is honestly a narrow track down these straightaways, especially. You know, if this were a dirt track, everybody would have been clinching. It never seems to end well on a dirt track when we go 3 wide.
From experience, it does not.
Well, Gary Jazorski pulling away from Wes Wiggin. Wiggin under attack by the 38 machine. That's David Brackett and Daniel Worthington and Robbie Richards, your top 5 here at Gateway as they come down the back straightaway. And, you know, you talk about dirt racing. Alex, you got to try some of that last week.
Bryce.
Alex, you mean Bryce?
Bryce, yeah. I just renamed me too. Hell, why not?
Yes, I did, and I completely embarrassed myself. So it's definitely is a whole new, almost what I'm looking for, experience, learning curve, everything when it comes to dirt. So,
You know, you say you embarrassed yourself, but at least you weren't the guy that has plenty of dirt experience who didn't even make it out of the mains. So at least you have an excuse.
Gary Jazorski, your race leader, as they come out turn number 4. Now let's take a look at this real quick. We're going to go right here. Let's look at Alex. There's Alex. He's coming out of turn number 2. Keith Hackney, all kinds of pressure on him as they come down the back straightaway. There's Gary Jazorski now coming out turn number 2. So, I mean, 9 laps to go. Can they do it?
I don't think they're going to be able to. I think this one's going to come down to Jazorski, Wigan, Brackett, and Worthington. And Wigan, Brackett, and Worthington just going to have to hope for a mistake out of Jazorski right now as he's absolutely flying around the track. He's up to over a 1.5-second lead over Wigan after making that pass. Just 8 laps to go at the stripe.
8 laps. What do you do? What do you do, Bryce?
if I'm Gary right now, I see I have almost a 2-second gap on Wigan. I am braking and I am clutching the truck, and I wouldn't shut it off, but I would just at least clutch it and take the revs down and coast around the corners and get it and turn it back on and gun it down the straights. But that's if you wanted to save the tires or save the fuel. I'm sorry, but it, like BJ said, it's going to be really close when it comes down to Gary and Wes and David and Daniel Worthington, because one wrong move by a driver and one under caution, there goes your whole strategy, unless they're able to save. And that's the drama that we're dealing with right now.
Well, 7 laps to go for these drivers as they coming down the back straightaway. Gary Jazorski up 12 spots, your race leader here at Gateway. Slow and steady will win the race. Now look at Wigan. Wigan starting to catch back up there. Then you got Daniel Worthington battling with David Brackett. That's a battle for 3rd and 4th on the track. But let's look at the times. BJ, the lap times. Wigan was quicker this last lap.
I think what you're seeing right now is Gary is shutting off the truck, and you're seeing Wes Wigan, who's not shutting off the truck. He is up almost a full second on Gary.
Gary's definitely in fuel save mode right now. I'd say he probably pushed that truck a little bit too hard there to try to get that gap. Doing everything he can to save it right now. Wigan closing very, very quickly. Jazorski's going to have to do something unless Wiggins runs out of fuel here at the end. Still a half-second difference between the two. Wigan right up on the back bumper of Jazorski now.
So, if you're Gary Jazorski, is it still save mode or hammer down?
It won't be hammered down until there's at least 2 to go. He is still in safe. He's still in save mode. Especially, he might force Wes into a save mode too. Especially if Gary makes the track himself big and not let Wes by him. But it's also going to be able to bring in the 113 of Daniel Worthington in the battle as well. And if he's on the same strategy with them, that puts him in the same scenario with having to save as well. So it's like these 3 drivers are starting to calm down. It's like all 3 of them are in save mode right now. Gary has started evened out, and the West Wigan is evened out with Daniel Worthington right now. So looks like everyone's starting to calm down in safe mode. We got 3 to go coming to the line.
3 to go, coming to the line for Gary Jaworski. It don't look like he's in safe mode anymore as he started to pull away from West Wigan as they go into turn number 1 there. Your top 3 is Jaworski, Wigan, and Worthington. Then you have David Brackett, Robbie Richards. Now, look at Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney's coming out of turn number 4, and there is Alex Healy there in 11th position. This might have played out not quite how they wanted. But look, we got a battle for second. Worthington's a second out of turn number 4.
Worthington was
like, oh, sorry, BJ, go ahead.
Good. I was just going to say Worthington was much, much slower at the start of this fuel run for him than what he's running now in comparison to the other drivers. I'd say he probably saved it earlier looking at how much he had to go to the end of the race, wanting to do it on that last pit stop that he had and played it smart. And right now, he's the fastest of the top 3 and looking good for that win as of right now as we're coming to the white flag out of turn number 4 this time.
Out of turn number 4. Bryce, bring us home.
All right, Gary Jaworski takes the white flag. 1 to go here at Worldwide Technology Raceway here at Gateway. And I am watching his POV right now. Gary is shutting the car off, or the truck off. He's now down the backstretch, halfway down the backstretch right now, as he is still comfortable ahead of the 113 of Daniel Worthington. He is on the clutch pedal right now. Daniel Worthington is closing the gap. Can Daniel Worthington get back on the gas and get him? Gary is putting down the front stretch right now. Daniel Worthington is going to steal this win if he can get right by him. This could be really close. Daniel Worthington is going to get the win over Gary Jaworski.
Holy cow.
Hey, look at Robbie Richards sneaking up into that 3rd position.
What a finish. The fuel game was on the pit strategy, playing off Daniel Worthington, stealing the win at the last millisecond on the front straightaway. And I picked another winner.
As you look at the replay, coming out of turn number 4 there, now you look at Gary, and you can tell he's out of gas or he's sputtering. Worthington has to make that defensive move all the way to the inside to pick up that win. And there is Wes Wigan. He's already out of gas.
Out of gas too. He's out of gas too.
Yeah, look at Robbie Richards sneaking in on the inside there. What a race, that's for sure. Let's take a look at your finishing results. Worthington, Jaworski, Richards, and Wigan, and Brackett, your top 5. You got Michael McCluley and Osborne, Bobby Hall Jr., and Brian Terry, and Keith Hackney rounding out your top 10.
Then it's going to be Healy, Abbey, Proctor, Clemens, Morris, White, Choate, Bridges. As we wait on the results to cycle.
Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm like, and?
It's going to be Harbin and Twitty, your top 20.
We got Newbert, Duranko, Hanley, Peacock, Mascroft, and rounding out your field tonight, CJ Mason finishing out 26th.
All right. Fixing to have some post-race interviews. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead. I caught up with the 3rd place finisher. Well, Robbie, all the way to the end, you stole that 3rd place away.
Yeah, I ran out as soon as I crossed the line, so I didn't have no more left.
Gave it all you had, that's for sure. So tell us about your night.
It's definitely a bunch of ups and downs on it, and running good. First part of the race, second part of the race, running fairly decent. Fell back a little bit. Wreck happened right in front of me. I couldn't check up in time. I ran right in the back. I believe it was Worthington, maybe. I can't remember who it was. Went down pit road, got it all repaired, and I'd say probably about 20 laps to go. The truck was running hot. It was reading 280, and I was coasting halfway down the straightaway to let it cool down, at least be able to get through the turns, get some speed up, and while doing all that, it was still saving fuel, so it all worked out at the same time. About the time I got around some of the guys, I had a lot of clean air. The truck started running. It was still running about 260 or somewhere around in there, but blink right there at the end of the straightaway, and I was just nursing it all the way around, and started catching them. I believe they might have been saving some fuel, so I was able to catch some of them, pass them, and then go P3rd as he ran out. Maybe 30, 40, 50 feet or whatever, I could have got Jaworski too. So I don't know.
Well, you gave it your all, so go ahead and thank those fine sponsors for you.
Well, I definitely want to thank all the guys at Bluegrass, Jason, all the people who put that on. You guys here broadcasting. I think Butt Kicker, all the people who sponsor the race. We're gonna go to next week. It's a road course. Not expecting too much out of it. Just gonna try to stay on track.
Well, good luck next week. There's Robbie Richards coming home in 3rd place. Well, we don't have our 2nd place finisher yet, so Bryce, you caught up with your race winner. Oh,
Yes, I.
wrong one. There you go.
Daniel Warrington, this is the booth. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Man, coming on that turn 4, I was on the mic scream top of my lungs thinking, man, you have a chance. Gary was running really. I had his POV up on my screen. He was on the clutch pedal coming out turn 4. Man, when you saw him slowing way off of turn 4, what was going through your mind?
Oh, to be honest, I mean, it just happened so fast. I thought he got loose, and I thought he just lost momentum, and then boom, he was there. I never, I just hit him, and here I would have almost pushed him to the finish line, but I luckily went around him. But yeah, I made it. I saved way before and made it so I could try to go hard at the end.
Absolutely. This race was a long one. Tell me what strategy worked best for you tonight?
Oh, yeah. I mean, teammates, we just talked it out through it. I mean, they all pit that one caution there, and we just stayed out. And then there was another caution. We went ahead and took the tires and went into pits. And we came out, and I think we were like 2 laps short, and I just started saving. And luckily, it worked in our favor. I mean, I tried doing a burnout, but I ran right out right at the finish line when I stopped.
So tell me some advice for tomorrow. So when you shut off the car, did you clutch it or did you shut the engine off or what? Give me some pointers for tomorrow.
Yeah, I did it all.
He's gonna need them all. He's gonna need all.
I don't need them tomorrow.
Yeah, you just gotta save, man. Save as much as possible when you can. That's the biggest thing there.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there a certain food he should eat before he goes and races, Bryce?
Yeah, probably drink. I would drink about 3 Red Bulls and a couple of Snickers. It might get you through it.
Yeah, sounds about right. But Daniel Warrington, congratulations on your 1st place win tonight. Do you have any sponsors you want to shout out this evening?
Yeah, I gotta thank teammates, Flex Motorsports. I got Wes, Bobby, and Alan. Alan had some tough luck. Bobby there, he got in a little incident, and me and Wes, we had a strategy going. He went up high a little bit in that one corner, and I went underneath him, and it was set sail from there. Yeah, I got to thank them a lot. I got to thank Worthington RC. I got to thank Wes for being on the truck. Earl Shop. I got to thank Dakota Shepard. He's on the truck. Jack Daniels, favorite drink. I got to thank my family for watching. My wife for letting me do this. You guys for putting on a broadcast. Jason for doing this whole Bluegrass thing, and all the sponsors that help put it all together. It's fun. I really enjoy it.
All right, that's Daniel Worthington, your race winner. And BJ, he's caught up with your 2nd place finisher tonight.
That's right. I've caught up with Gary Jaworski, driver the 18. Man, you brought that thing home in second, playing the fuel game all the way to the end. Walk us through that just a little bit there.
Oh, man. My fuel calculator got me. I would have saved more had I not been told by my fuel calculator I was in the green. So,
Was that free, or did you have to pay for it?
No, I'm not going to name it, but it was a free one.
Oh, okay. I would say, hey.
And it just is what it is. Wasn't trying to play a fuel game. It just kind of, with them late cautions, lap 56. Whenever everybody pit at lap 55 and I stayed out, and I said, there's going to be another caution. I didn't think it was going to be that quick. And then when West dove down, I went ahead and come down behind him, and it just thought I saved enough, and I didn't. So good win to Daniel, and we'll move on to Coda, where y'all definitely won't be talking to me.
Well, you definitely had the fuel strategy working for you. It brought you home into a top 3. It was looking like it was going to be the Hackney and Healy show all night long, and then suddenly they're back in the back. You and a handful of drivers that pitted way sooner than what those drivers did for their final pit stop worked out in your favor. You were able to make it up there. Great job coming home in second. And, man, what a finish that was.
Yeah.
Go ahead and thank your sponsor shout-outs whoever you got.
I ain't got no sponsors, but I appreciate everybody that watched. Appreciate everybody that comes out and runs. Good little group here. It's fun at times, but boy, can it be a headache too. So appreciate what y'all do, and y'all have a good evening.
Alrighty, you do the same. Congratulations again on your second place finish.
Appreciate you, bud.
Well, BJ and Bryce, that's going to conclude our broadcast tonight. Bryce, what'd you take away from tonight that can help you tomorrow?
That we have track conditions like they are today. The track was hot all night long, and if we have that tomorrow, I haven't looked at what our session time or what we're racing at for night or day or night tomorrow. But man, if it's anything like today, I got to take it easy coming out of the corners and watch my tires spin coming off pit road and the access road for sure. I raced this in this track in the league. I kind of remember what went wrong in that one and how I was driving it. So I'll get on tomorrow and practice, and we'll go from there. But yeah, there's a lot to learn from tonight and a lot to learn from my last league race here from another league, and hopefully we'll aim for a top 10. Hopefully again today or tomorrow, and get on a hot streak.
Oh, Bryce, if it helps, there's one tip that I always get drilled into my head from my crew is in order to win a race, you got to first finish the race. You got to have a car to do it. So yeah, don't tear that thing up early on.
Yeah, no, I end up I probably had some bad juju on the paint job, and so I shaked that one off, put my scheme I had on last season, and first race on it with 2 weeks ago and got a top 10 with it. So far so good. I got second place in the championship last year with it. So hopefully, good luck comes with the new paint scheme.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude our broadcast of the Bluegrass Truck Series here at Gateway. Tomorrow night is the Xfinity Series, their turn here. We can expect some thrills, some spills, and how about maybe some unexpected violence? You never know. So you got to tune in here to Ultimate Dirt TV. Everybody be safe and God bless. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Also, real quick, let's go ahead and thank those sponsors of the league. Bucket Nitro Racing Hoffman. The league sponsors here with Bluegrass. Good night, everyone.